Hey, hey, this is Demia Avery of the Demia Avery Show. So, this is the second half of what went on at the Diddy trial today. We got a couple of things here. We have a male escort, Sheray Hayes, and we have a special agent. So I'm going to read it kind of fast, guys. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're not on YouTube, make sure you go over to that YouTube page at the Demia Avery Show. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like and share. All right, here we go. So, Sheray Hayes, a male escort who said he was hired by Diddy and Cassie Ventura, is back on the stand and he's testifying about his interactions with Ventura and Combs. He says sometimes he'd meet with them on consecutive days, but those instances would be months apart. Hayes said he always met with them at the hotel in New York City. Sometimes he meet them at 2:30 Eastern and wouldn't leave until 11 a.m. Eastern. Hayes says he usually receive a message from Ventura planning a few hours in advance. After the first few occasions with Diddy and Cassie, Sheray Hayes said he understood that he was hired to create a smexy scene, which could then escalate to a more smexual scene. So he said each time would start with Ventura and himself applying baby oil. Diddy was always present, he said, and he would sit at a distance giving directions to Venturas about the angles, the lighting, and sometimes the smexual activity. The encounters last about 4 hours, according to Hayes. He mentioned being directed during the encounters, and afterwards, Combs would leave, followed by Ventura. I think when they keep saying how everything was directed and everything by Diddy for a reason, you guys. Anyways, Hayes testified that on one occasion when he was having sex with Ventura, Combs threw cash down on the bed. It was startling, he said, and prompted Ventura to Combs if he was okay. Combs responded he was fine and later was paid was cash that day. A prosecutor asked Sheray Hayes if he knew whether Cassie Ventura was enjoying herself during the hotel encounters in which Diddy watched him and Ventura. Hayes says, "My understanding was we were creating a scene, a smexy scene that was enjoyable to her partner. I did observe sometimes a sigh, a wince that seems to be frustration at frequency of Combs' direction," he says. Ventura was usually looking in Combs' direction during these encounters, Hayes said. He never heard her refuse one of Combs' directions, he said. Hayes usually received $1,200 or $2,000 after a session, but said he don't understand why the amount varied at different times. So the defense went on to start questioning Sheray. So here's the defense part of it. Sheray Hayes testified that he began his career as an exotic dancer in '95. He said that he is now a partner of Punkamania, an exotic dancer company. When asked by the defense, Hayes acknowledged that at the time he thought he was the only person that Cassie was having sex with in this way and felt special. When Donaldson, that's the defense, suggested Hayes develop feelings for Ventura, Hayes said that wasn't true. Donaldson pointed to documents from one of Hayes' meetings with the prosecutors where he told them he began to develop feelings for Ventura. Hayes says that may have been taken out of context because that's not the case. Hayes says he never considered himself a personal friend to Ventura. The two never spoke personally outside of the brief banter before a session, he added. Under cross examination from the defense, male escort Sheray Hayes was asked if Cassie ever appeared uncomfortable during their hotel encounters. "I did not get any cues that there was a discomfort with what was going on," Hayes responded. "It seems as if it was consented, and as far as I was concerned," Hayes said. Hayes said that as an experienced exotic dancer, he always read a room to make sure that his performing for who he's performing for are comfortable. Sheray Hayes said that during his encounters with Cassie and Diddy, he never observed any filming or any violence. He said marijuana was the only drug he saw during this time with Diddy and Ventura. He confirmed that Ventura never appeared to be under the influence of drugs when he saw her. So that was all for the uh, escort. Well, not escort, but for the paid guy. All right, so enters a special agent. I didn't know anything about this. So, okay, here we go. Enters the special agent named Gerard Gannon. He's a special agent with Homeland Security Investigations. Gannon is the 10th witness called by the prosecution. Gannon, based in Miami, is currently with HSI, Homeland Security Investigations, National Security Group, but he previously worked with its Human Trafficking Group. Remember, Homeland Security Investigations searched Diddy's home in LA and Miami Beach in March of 2024, and HSI arrested Diddy in September in New York. Special Agent Gerard Gannon said he was the special agent in charge on the ground for the search of Diddy Miami Beach home in March of last year. Gannon said the search was assigned to his unit because it was tied to a human trafficking investigation. Between 80 and 90 law enforcement agents participated in the search because of the size of the property, he said. The home is about 20,000 square feet and it includes a main residence and a guest house, Gannon said. The search required the special response team to deal with security measures on the property, Gannon said, and about 25 special response team members gained entrance and cleared the property to ensure the property was safe to start the search. They were prepared to potentially confront armed security, Gannon said. Gannon testified that some agents were positioned on boats to potentially intercept anyone trying to leave the property via the direct water access on the Diddy's property. The search began after 3 p.m. Eastern that day. Usually, search warrants are executed early in the morning, around 6 a.m. Eastern or so. But they waited for Combs to leave, Gannon said. Law enforcement understood Diddy was scheduled to leave on a trip with his family, he testified. It goes on to say agents broke through Diddy's Miami Beach front gate during the search. Special agent testified. The jury was shown a picture of Diddy Combs' Miami Beach home front gate, which was broken. Agents used their vehicle to break through the gate to enter the property, Gerard Gannon testified. He said it was standard practice when conducting a search warrant as the quickest and safest option to be able to get onto the property. It goes on to say the jury see parts of an AR-15 found AR-15s with an S found in Combs' master bedroom. The jury saw photos of items found in one of the closets in the master bedroom of Diddy Combs' beach home. Law enforcement agents raided the home in 2024. Special Agent Gerard Gannon testified that agents found platform, high heels, Smex toys, baby oil, personal lubricant, and lingerie in the closet. They also found upper and lower receivers of AR-15s, which are parts of the weapon, Gannon said. Gannon said the team was not able to determine the maker of one of the AR-15 rifles recovered in the closet. Sitting on the witness stand, Gannon held up an evidence bag holding the AR-15 upper receivers. Gannon put on rubber gloves and held up one of the upper receivers for the jury. He said there are zip ties securing the gun so it's not able to be fired. Agents found 2 magazines loaded with bullets along with 2 lower receivers in the closet, special agents testified. The jury was shown photos of the items, including close ups of their serial numbers scratched out. Gannon said it's a lot more difficult or impossible to determine the owner of a firearm with without a serial number. Gannon held an evidence bag containing the AR-15 lower receivers while on the witness stand. Gannon testified that the AR-15s recovered from Diddy Combs' closet would have been used as a fully automatic rifles at some point, but the safety selector lever was set to semi-automatic when HSI recovered them. Typically, AR-15s manufactured as semi-automatic weapons don't have a full automatic indicator like this, Gannon said. Gerard Gannon, a special agent with Homeland Security Investigations, showed the jury another photo of items found in one of the closets in the master bedroom in Beach Home, this time showing lingerie and several boxes of platform heels. Gannon held up an evidence bag holding platform heels shown recovered from the closet. Law enforcement agents raided the home in March 2014. All right, guys. So that's all that I got. I guess they quit for today, and I guess they're going to reconvene tomorrow. So that's all I got. This is going to get really interesting, guys. All right. Talk to you later. Bye bye.